Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening. Um, hi to everyone who is tuning to our sharing session tonight. So this one is pre-recorded, alright, because it's holiday. I believe that some of you are on vacation right now, but yeah, thank you for watching this now. So let me introduce myself first. I am Maisara binti Muhammad. I am here with my partner, Hadia, and we both are the new counselor here in Student Guidance Unit, UNITEN. Alright, so tonight we want to take the opportunity to talk about this topic called recharging your mind. So it's like a relaxation 101 because we'll be covering um, the history of breathing, alright, breathing, where how people back in the days practice breathing, and also so I'll be covering the history part, the significance of breathing, and Hadia will talk about the various various kinds of different techniques of relaxation or breathing exercise. So yeah, let's get started. All right, anatomy and spiritual. So I want you to imagine like when you were in school, regardless of either biology class or you might have taken the science class in primary school, you learn about respiration, right? So we learn that breathing. So we're talking about breathing here. Breathing is a process where oxygen go through your nose or your mouth, and then through your trachea, and then to the lung, and then you process the gases inside the alveoli, and then the carbon dioxide come up from our mouth or nose. Okay, but people in thousand years ago, they don't see breathing as an anatomical fact. Okay, they don't see it as a process like what we learn today, but they see it as a spiritual reality. Okay, they see it as a strategy where you can alter your consciousness through experiencing breath. And many people don't realize that there is a deeper meaning and spiritual connection of the breath. We learn, because we learn about respiration, we only learn about the process, the flow of oxygen inside our body, but we don't learn about the deeper meaning and spiritual connection of the breath with our body. So in yogic teaching, or if you heard about yoga, people who practices yoga, so yoga has been existed for a very long time. So they believe that breath is bridge between our body, mind, and spirit. Okay, so in meditation, when people do yoga, they believe that breath enable them to awaken to the present moment and also distract us from the hustles of today's lifestyle. All right, so when we look at the cultures, um, many cultures have words for breathing or breathe, and these reflect a deeper understanding and respect for the word of breathe itself. Okay, in many languages, the word of breathe and spirit are the same. So they're interconnected. They are not separated like breathe and spirit. No. When the word in their languages interconnected, breathe and spirit means the same. I will show you like some. So we're gonna look at the words here. Alright, the first one is Latin. Latin means Latin, the word breathe or spirit, breathe and spirit in Latin is spiritus, and they literally mean spirit and breathe. Okay, alright, the next one is Hebrew. The word for it is ruach, and ruach means spirit, breathe, or wind. Wind. Angin, wind. Okay, excuse me. And Jewish peoples, they believe that every inhalation that they take, it connect them with God, all right, with their own soul. So the next word is Greek, which is pneuma. Pneuma means wind, spirit, and breath. So it's same as ruach, and also it shared also the same idea as ruach, whereby um breathing, elevate them, and also connect them with the God. And the next word is the one in Arabic. It's called roh. Okay, I believe that maybe some of us have heard about this word roh. Okay, roh, like in our culture we understand it as a soul. Okay, so roh means breathing deeply and spirit, but it also can have other meanings like wind, inspiration, rest, relaxation, and like one part, I'm speaking as a Muslim here, that um we know about zikir, right? Remembrance of Allah. So when we zikir, we're actually incorporating like deep breathing, not just focusing our mind, we are also focusing our breathing when we are remembering Allah. All right, when we do zikir. So a powerful breathing of zikir at the same time, they don't just elevate our mind but also elevate our body as a whole. Okay, so next is the word from Sanskrit. It's called prana. It means breathe, life force, and vital energy. So this is related to the yoga that I mentioned just now. So people who practice yoga, okay, back in the days, like 1,000 years ago, they believe that expansion of breath means the expansion of life. Okay, so when people practice like good breathing pattern, they could reverse the negative effect of modern lifestyle. Okay, and last is Chinese word with qi. We know that qi means energy. So there is a practice in Chinese culture called qigong. Qigong, it means the cultivation of life energy. So qigong, it is a practice that combines movements of breath and meditation. Okay, so qigong originated in China around 2000 before century. So it's been years ago. People already like emphasize on the importance of breathing. Okay, so in qigong, the Buddha taught the importance of silence and stillness, and experiencing the breathing for greater vitality and healing. Alright, so this word is not just a word means for breathing and spirit, but the words in how they practice, how they see breathing as a important aspect of life. So this happened very long time ago. Okay. Okay. Breathe. So after we're talking about the different languages which is related to breathe, and we can see that how people on those days, 1,000 years ago, they see breathing as a very, very important aspect of their life. Okay, based on the word itself, it doesn't just mean breathe, but also spirit. So breathe, it is a fundamental activity that we do every day, every second. Okay, excuse me. Our breath should be our first priority, but we tend to ignore it until it becomes a problem. Unfortunately, what most of us don't realize that is our breathing is already a problem, because we don't breathe properly. We don't take a deep breath. We we don't fill our body with enough oxygen. So when we inhale a very minimal amount of oxygen, we are not filling our blood and body with sufficient energy. So by not expelling enough carbon dioxide, so we're talking about, it's not just we don't inhale enough oxygen, but we also don't exhale enough carbon dioxide, so the carbon dioxide is remain in our body. So we're actually leaving toxic and waste in our blood and also in other organs. So which in another word, we are actually living a poor quality of life. Okay. So again, breathing is the most important energy supply for the body, because actually in our life, breathing have given us like important moments of our life. Why do I say that? Because okay, let's look at this first picture over here on your left. A baby is born. So when you try to imagine when a baby is born, when he or she come up from the mother, the first thing that he or she do is breathing on his own. So he or she will cry, and at the same time they're breathing on their own. So that is a very like important moment of everyone's life. It's a very important moment of our life. Okay, breathing. And then you can see like when you're eating, you're drinking, you're also controlling your breathing at the same time. You cannot eat too fast, you cannot drink too fast, or else you will choke, okay? It will disrupt your breathing. So breathing is very important. And also when you exercise, you can see like how rapid your breathing is, um, and how you can feel the energy, how you can feel how the oxygen feel in each part of your body, okay? And you feel fresh after your exercise, okay? So breathing is the activity, is a part of ourselves that always with us. When we angry, our breathing go ups and down. And another important moment of our life is when we die. You know that when people, uh the last breath the last breath they have before we someone die. So I want you to imagine like how breathing is very important in each aspect of our life, okay? So the moment people breathe the last breath before they die, that is a very important moment, right? Just like when I said about a baby was born, okay? So the point for this slide, okay, it means that breathing is give us many precious moments, okay, in our life. All right. So breathing is necessary for life, but what many of us don't consider is that breathing is also the quickest, easiest, and most rewarding solution to deal with stress. But majority of us, including me, we ignore that. Alright, now I want you to think about the last time you were sleepy, depressed, tired, anxious, scared, or even sad. Okay? You may have felt overwhelmed or maybe too exhausted to be able to breathe fully or deeply. So because you didn't breathe deeply, it will result in less oxygen in the body and also less energy. Okay? And when you have less oxygen, less energy, it will leave you with more state of depressed, tired, and anxious. Okay? So, and experiencing this negative emotion is not fun. Okay? It isn't fun at all. Alright? So, what's even worse is, so you already feel depressed and sad. What's even worse is that this energy of depressed, okay, it will accumulate in your body, okay, it will store inside your body, and the tension will increase, and as a result it can cause injuries, okay, or any illness. So conscious breathing deeply, it helps us to feel and process emotion. It helps us to bring more oxygen to our cell so that each part of our body get the energy. And also, because of that, we can function better. And obviously, it will help us think more clearly because the oxygen does not flow within like the respiration process that we learn. It also like it went through all our body, okay, so it helps you to think more clearly, it helps you to digest your food better, and you have stronger immunity toward diseases, okay. When you breathe deeply, you are actually immune better. You cannot get sick easily. All right, last but not least, I have this, okay, I like these images because it's like prominent. Okay, going back to our topic. So the more our breath is freed up, the less we affected by trauma. Okay, so that's why counselors, psychologists, psychotherapists, psychiatrists, so they encourage people to practice breathing deeply, breathing exercise. Okay, by breathing more fully, our circulation improves, we are better able to mentally focus, and our coordination is enhanced. We can breathe in energy, okay, and believe me, it will suddenly renew your outlook on the experience that you had just now, the overwhelmed feeling, the sadness, okay. When you breathe, when you properly breathe, do the breathing exercise, you will find that within the maybe like 20 seconds, it will change. The feeling that you're feeling at the moment, it will change. You feel better. Okay? Conscious breathing can offer us a few precious moments to rejuvenate and relax, which will give us a more optimistic outlook on our environment and ourselves. Conscious breathing brings us awareness into the present moment. So this is a part where if you learn about mindfulness, which Hadia will talk about later, okay, it helps you to avoid being angry or sad about a past event, okay, or about the thing you worry in the future. Peace, joy, and a positive outlook can be easily attained when we focus on the present moment because we really become present. Okay, when you breathe, you actually focusing on the present. We find that we have all that we need right now and that we are safe, protected, and supported. So when we breathe, we are avoiding the external distraction. And at the same time, not just focusing on the present, but also listening to our intuition. Intuition. Okay. So last word from me is that breathe. Okay. It will offer you a precious moment on the day. It will help you to rejuvenate and relax. Okay. It will give you an optimist way of view. It will give you optimist view on your life. Okay, even breathe for just a couple of, like a few seconds. Okay, it will allow you to think more clearly. So it's very important. It's not just that, okay, breathing is the importance of breathing, this as that, just like I say just now. But because I mentioned about the languages, the people in 1,000 years ago, how they see breathing as a spiritual, as something like for the soul. Okay, not just the process in the body. No. Okay, it is a spiritual journey. Breathing is a spiritual journey. So it's very important that we don't take this for granted, and yeah, try to apply this in our life. And for ideas on what to practice, my partner Hadia, she will show you, okay, skills, techniques, practices, okay, you can apply in your life. Relaxation, breathing exercise, and more. Okay, so stay tuned and hope to see you around. Thank you. Bye bye from me.
Hello, dear students. I'm Norhadia. I am a new intern here in UNITEN. I'm pleased to meet you. Perhaps it's pretty obvious that this is a recording considering it's still bright out here for me, and the actual session will be at 9 p.m. right now. Perhaps it's already past 9 p.m., huh? And I will be continuing after Mai Sarah or Miss Mai, and I will be talking about the different types of relaxation techniques. Let me just share the screen for you guys. All right, so I will be talking about the different types of relaxation techniques. Mai probably has mentioned about, it's not just about breathing calmly. There's also something about muscle relaxation and what kind of other types of reactions from our body when induced with relaxation. So as again, it's not just about trying to breathe calmly like some videos or some movies would say when trying to calm yourself down. So here are the different types. So what else is there aside from just the typical breathing techniques? There are types of autogenic relaxation, progressive muscle relaxation, music and art therapy, visualization, meditation, aromatherapy, hydrotherapy, and mindfulness. I'll explain each and every one of them, probably as basic as possible, but I will relay all the necessary information to you guys. So autogenic relaxation is something that comes from within you. It involves your whole body, but also your mind. It uses both the visual imagery and body awareness. It is done by doing a repetition of words in your mind, such as you're already resting properly, but you will notice that if you carry something or if you're just holding up your hand, you will say that my arms are feeling heavy. I am calm. Or if you try to just lay back or say, my whole body is heavy. I am calm. You would, it is basically you trying to take notice of your body awareness, the state of your body. You're feeling heavy or you're feeling floaty. And then you say, I am calm. The I am calm is one of the repetition of words that you would repeat over and over. It's almost like hypnotism, but a different kind, obviously. Next is mindfulness. I know it skips from autogenic relaxation to the bottommost mindfulness, but I added it in like this because it's pretty similar to autogenic relaxation, but there are differences. It is similar in types of, it still uses your mind. It is a mental training practice, but it also combines with meditation in order to focus on what is happening here and now. And it is basically an awareness of body and mind. Like the example here, smell of clean clothes, the feeling of soap on hands. It's basically when you do something, you take notice of the smell, the scent, the feeling. Basically, like it said, smell of clean clothes. When you're folding your clothes, here's a good example. Yeah, folding your clothes, you can smell how fragrant it is that you just washed it. So nice, downy. Or you can also notice that I used the softener. It's so soft. That's how you will take notice of the surroundings, the feelings that you are experiencing by your fingertips. Not even your fingertips. You can also use your nose, your scent, like my mother is cooking. It smells so nice. Or you can also use your eyes visually that I see my favorite cat playing. It feels so nice. I only say it feels so nice because it is something that you would most likely feel. You don't have to repeat it like autogenic relaxation. And that's one of the differences between mindfulness and autogenic relaxation. The first one, autogenic relaxation, is basically just you repeating, like trying to hypnotize yourself, saying that I am calm by doing this so and so. But for mindfulness, you take note of whatever you're doing right now and take it into account of how you are feeling and how it feels and how it affects you. Like I said, the smell of clean clothes, the sight of your mother laughing, hearing your mother laughing, that's all pleasing to your ears. And that is basically the similarities and differences of autogenic relaxation and mindfulness. Next, I will talk about all of these different choices. Now, you can see from this girl over here, it is the progressive muscle relaxation. It's basically kind of like exercise. This one, the middle top one, is for art and therapy. Next, this is hydrotherapy. Perhaps some of you were confused, like hydrotherapy with water, how does that work? And I'll explain more to you. This one is for visualization, with the flowers, then dandelions, I believe, and meditation, and also the aromatherapy. Now, each of them I will explain, except the muscle relaxation technique first, because that involves a lot of things, and these are more basic, and I can just tell you something simpler for them. The most obvious one here is the art therapy, art or music therapy. Uh, you can tell from here, probably some people would say that coloring, isn't that just for kids? But for adults, there are some people who prefer drawing or coloring just to calm them down. I have a friend that enjoys coloring these kind of books. I actually have a copy of it. I've bought it back when Big Bad Wolf was still doing their sales. Look at this, so pretty. Can you see it? And some adults, obviously you won't color one of those textbooks from children, right? So as adults, we'll have a more intricate design in order to calm us down. I haven't actually filled this in because coloring actually isn't my thing. I just bought this because it's neat and because I know my friend likes it, and possibly I can use this for any therapy or counseling sessions. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, come here. Take me as your counselor. And then next is the hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy is like the picture shows. Basically, you calm yourself down using water, aqua. Sometimes some people enjoy swimming. Sometimes they use those jacuzzis, hot tubs. That's how some people would relax themselves. I too would like to relax in a hot tub, but my house is too small to own a bathtub. That's very sad. But you can still relax with a hot shower. Even some people enjoy cold showers. So anything that involves water that can help you calm down, uh, that will basically help you. Even if you go to a beach and exercise there, that's already you relaxing and having your own kind of therapy. Basically, whatever you do in real life, it affects your own sense of calmness, your mental health, and thus people don't really think about the hydrotherapy coming into their lives like daily. Even just washing your hands is already calming, no? Okay, next is visualization. And that is basically what it means. Basically, you will be following a script. Most likely you will follow a script, and I'll probably try it out with you guys later, even though this is a recording. So I hope you'll stay by then. And basically you can just imagine how would you feel if you were in a forest, how would you feel if you were near a beach. That's basically just visualization. And of course meditation, uh sorry, meditation is basically the sense of calmness. You find your point center of being, I believe, and in order to basically find balance in your mind and body. There's a lot of forms of meditation. Tai Chi, that's one of them. If you look at those auntie going out and exercising and going to one of those parks where they just do Tai Chi, they do their posing. I haven't actually done anything like that, but I believe it is something that is calming for others, and it's almost as if it's close to the muscle relaxation because it involves a lot of movement of the body in order to, you know, get a sense of relief from moving and just, uh, basically trying to find that feeling of relief just by the joints and such. Next is the aromatherapy. A lot of people, have you ever followed your mother to something like the body shop? Don't mock her because probably just smelling sweet scents or calming scents is something that is relieving to your mother. So I know that the COVID situation has been, barring people from moving around. Probably most likely your mother or any of your friends or family that enjoys going out to shop for good scents. And perhaps they can buy from online stores, but usually they would go to a shop just to have that sense of a smell that relieves them. So if possible, maybe you can give them a gift for them, give them something to be relieved over, because the COVID situation has been very stressful for everyone, and maybe just doing something like this would make them very happy. But I digress. Basically, aromatherapy is almost like the art and music therapy. It's not exactly for everyone, but it does involves a lot of uh, the outside factors like the scents, trying to make them feel relieved by it. Mint, bergamot, the one of those herbs, and those are often lavender. Those are often the main choices for calming down people. Like for example, for myself, I don't exactly like the scent of vanilla, but for other people, perhaps vanilla is something that is calming for them because it's a nice and sweet scent. Whereas I prefer something like lavender, where it is more softer and about and it just feels much more relieving with the scent of lavender. Of course, it depends on everyone, what kind of scents that they feel relieved about, comfortable with. And that's basically most of the basic information of these therapies. There are most likely others, but these are the main ones that most people would try to uh, attempt, or at least you have already encountered or have gone through it in your daily life and you just never realized it. So next will be about the progressive muscle relaxation. Progressive muscle relaxation is almost like the Tai Chi thing, like I mentioned earlier, but this is more following a certain training or something that requires you to be very consistent of, and it follows a lot of the muscles in order to identify or in order to feel the relief from moving those muscles. So before that, I will show you the various muscle groups, the hands, the wrists and forearms, the biceps and upper arms, the shoulders, the forehead, areas of the eyes and the bridge of the nose, the back of your neck, uh, the front of your neck, your Adam's apple, I guess, the chest, your back, your stomach, and don't laugh at this, your hips and buttocks, thighs and lower legs. Obviously, I can't show you my thighs and lower legs. So these are the various muscle groups that you will most likely go through. You have to go through it one by one if you want to feel the full effect of the progressive muscle relaxation. The name itself is progressive. It means that you have to go through it one by one in order to have the sense of relief from them. Let me just explain each and one of them. Like for your hands, you will have to clench them, your wrists and forearms, extend them, bend your hands back at the wrists, clench your hands into fists, bend your arms at the elbow and flex your biceps. There is a situation technique in order to do this, but I'm just explaining them right now. So don't do this immediately. I'll test out a brief one just for you later. And then shoulders, shrug them by raising towards your ears, forehead, wrinkle it into a deep frown. The eyes, close your eyes as tightly as possible. But for people who uses contact lens, please do remove that. Otherwise, you're gonna hurt your eyes. Back of the neck, press the back of your head against the floor or chair. The front of the neck, touch your chin to your chest, like that. But don't create the tension in your neck and head. The chest, take a deep breath. That's basically those typical breathing techniques. The back, arc your back up and away from the floor or chair. Basically different from the earlier one, back of the neck. Stomach, suck it into a tight knot. Hips and buttocks, laugh. Press your buttocks together tightly. The thighs, clench them hard. Lower legs, you just point your toes towards your face and point your toes away and curl them downward at the same time. Basically, you have to also check the area from your waist down for the tension. Okay, I'll show you how to briefly conduct this. You actually have to do this for each and every of these muscle groups. But since we're following a certain time, obviously I won't do this for everything. So for now, an example, breathe in and tense the first muscle group. Basically your hands, then clench them, but don't clench them too hard to the point of it being too painful or you feel cramped. Just for 4 to 10 seconds. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh wait, I was supposed to say breathe in. Basically breathe in. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and breathe out. And by breathing out, you relax it immediately. Don't do it gradually. You need to do it immediately. And once you do this, you need to relax your hand for at least 10 to 20 seconds before you work on to the next part, which is the wrists and forearms. And then notice how different your hands might probably feel. And then once you conduct the next one, the wrists and forearms, extend them and bend your hands back at the wrists. So basically you do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release them again. And then you already relax it and notice how different it feels like from the joints of this one after you release your hands and this one after you extended your hand and also the wrist over here. Like, how does it feel to you? Is there a difference or do you just feel the same? If you still feel the same, perhaps you are one of those that don't feel the effects of progressive muscle relaxation. It happens, don't worry about it. And basically, once you finish all of these muscle groups, you can count them, do it again, come backwards from 5 to 1, and then bring your focus back to the present. Yes, when you already finish your muscle groups, you just calm down, Count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you focus back to the present. It's a lot of work and a lot of training to do all of them one by one, and also to remember all of the muscle groups in the muscle relaxation technique. Oh yes, and I was supposed to show you an example of visualization, yes? Okay, visualization usually follows a certain script, and visualization just gives you a sense of feeling or imagination. It's basically imagination. I will conduct a brief relaxation script. I hope it's not noisy for on your end, because I haven't really checked the recording if it will be noisy. The aircon is quite loud for on my end, but most likely it won't be loud for your end. So I will follow a certain script. Let us all calm down first. I hope you guys are still here. Okay, first off, I will have to talk in a very nice and calming voice. First off, start by finding a comfortable position. Now, as you settle in, direct your attention to your body. Now, notice how your body feels in this moment. Let your body begin to relax by releasing the areas of tension, such as your shoulders. Feel the tension slipping away as you lower your shoulders slightly, and let the muscles give up their hold. Now, take a deep breath, breathe in, and as you exhale, let your body relax even more. Where is your body feeling the most tense? Focus your attention on this area, and you take another breathe in and feel this area relaxing as you breathe out. Now, breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, continue to take slow, deep breaths. Tell me, where is your body the most relaxed? Notice how this area feels. Notice how the relaxation feels. See how you can let this relaxed feeling increase, growing, relaxing, feeling your whole body relax, as if your muscles are melting, softening, relaxing. As your body relaxes more and more, you can also relax your mind as you focus on a guided imagery to follow. Now, imagine that you are outdoors at dusk. It is still light out, but the sun has set below the horizon. It is a pleasant temperature, comfortable, and you are in a safe, peaceful place in the country. Maybe you are on a farm, or in the mountains, or in the open prairie. Cheer up place that feels calm, safe, and serene. A place you would enjoy watching the starry sky at night. Imagine the details of your surroundings. You are probably sitting in a chair or lying on a blanket. Your position allows you to admire the sky above. See the grass on the ground around you. You might see some trees or rocks, or even just wide open plains. Imagine this pleasant scene and feel yourself relaxing, simply enjoying this solitude. The sky is becoming gradually darker. The highest part of the sky is a deep indigo color, becoming darker and darker as the moments pass. This color blends into a lighter shade, almost green. At the horizon, the sky is an interesting shade of pink, mixed with gray and the fading light. Now, it is a very peaceful watching the sky darken. The air around you is still calm, still and calm. In the distance, you can hear crickets and frogs as they begin to sing. The air is slightly cooler now, very pleasantly cool against your forehead and cheeks. Looking at the horizon now, shapes such as distant trees or buildings are in silhouettes. Your eyes are slowly adjusting to the decreasing light. As you gaze up at the sky above, it stretches from horizon to horizon like a vast dome. Straight up above, the sky is growing darker and is nearly black, fading to a lighter color near the horizon in the west. You can see the first stars appear, first one star, and then another, and another. See them twinkle, shining like tiny diamonds. As you look at the darkening sky, you can see more and more stars. Relax and enjoy the dusk, watching night begin. Now, the sky is even darker now. It has become a dark black, with only a slight hint of light at the horizon where the sun has set. The sky is so clear. You see no clouds anywhere to obscure the starry sky. More stars have appeared. Until now, the sky looks like it has been sprinkled by a salt shaker, full of gleaming crystals of salt that are the stars. Some stars are bright, luminous. Others are tiny specks that you can barely see. Now, simply enjoy relaxing under the starry sky, enjoying this quiet retreat. Now, the sky is jet black. Out here, away from the city lights, stars are amazingly bright. Have you ever seen so many stars? The sky is filled with so many stars, you will not even be able to count them. See the constellations formed by stars. It is like hundreds of connected dots pictures spread out before you. The starry sky is so huge, so vast. A beautiful glimmering blanket of stars stretching up in a complete circle around you from every horizon. Admire the starry sky, feeling very calm, relaxed, at peace. When you are ready to leave your imagined peaceful place, you can begin to reawaken your body and mind. Feel your muscles reawakening as you take note of your surroundings. Slowly return to the present. Move your muscles by wiggling your fingers. Now open and close your hands a few times. Wiggle your toes. Move your ankles. Move your arms and legs. Stretch if you want to, feeling your body becoming fully awake. Take a moment to sit quietly as you reawaken completely. Notice that you still feel calm and relaxed, though you are awake and alert. Now, when your mind and body are fully awake, you can resume your usual activities, feeling refreshed. I'll give you guys a few moments to wake up, basically. Perhaps some of you fell asleep. It is close to 10 p.m. perhaps. All right, are you guys feeling awake now? Okay, next is the health benefits There are a lot of health benefits to relaxing. Most likely all of you probably already know the health benefits. Obviously, you will feel refreshed, but here are most of the basic physiotherapy, physiology effects it will give to your body, as well as the mental health improvements when you relax your body. Basically, it will slow your heart rate, basically removing any risk of uh, stroke. It lowers your blood pressure. It enhances your energy and vigor because it increases your stamina again. A good example is basically if you're a gamer, if you rest in or you drink a health potion, your stamina is back up. It improves your digestion. It maintains a normal blood sugar level. Basically almost like the lowering blood pressure, but it's more about the blood sugar levels for people who are diabetic. And then it reduces the activity of stress hormones. Basically, if you feel stressed, there are hormones that are released into your body, and that can be harmful to your body, your physiology, and as well as your mental health. It increases the blood flow to major muscles. Basically, it increases to your brain, to pumping it back to your heart. It reduces the muscle tension and chronic pain. It improves your concentration and mood. For example, if you're stressed from doing your assignments, you're already, I don't want to do my assignments. But once you relax, you feel a bit more focused, like, okay, I can do this. My mood is up. I can do this. And then improves your sleep quality because, like I said, just the imaginary thing, the visualization technique I just showed you guys, you probably fell asleep there, there and then, but it does improve your sleep quality. It lowers your fatigue because your sleep quality is already good. So your fatigue it will basically lower it. You don't feel as tired as you usually would. It reduces your anger and frustration. You won't uh, call out your parents or your friends in anger, or even your pet. It boosts your confidence in handling problems. It's almost like the improving concentration and mood because your concentration is up, your mood is up, so you feel very confident in taking over your tasks that you've been given. It increases your self-actualization just by doing meditation, yoga, or even just contemplating on life. Uh, you're basically reflecting of the situation you're in right now. So it improves your self-actualization that, yes, I can see my weaknesses here, so I'll improve there. Yes, I'm strong here, so perhaps I can do this and that. Next, it will increase your creativity and productivity. Similar to the situation above, you are aware of your weaknesses, your strengths. So now you are more capable of creating something new that you know that you are capable of handling. And then it harmonizes our endocrine system, which means that you probably won't visit the toilet as much. I know that some people do that when they are feeling stressed. Okay. Now, some people, like I mentioned earlier, they can't exactly feel relaxed just by following most of the, or maybe all of the techniques shown in this recording. And I understand not everyone fits a certain piece or therapy that they would enjoy or feel relaxed to. It's basically every people have their own differences. It's not an issue. It's not something wrong with you, or it's not the techniques' fault as well. Like such as a good example is as students, you have your own study style. Yes, some people just skim, some people just read all of the text, some people make notes, and this is basically how you can identify if this is the relaxation technique for you. You can just test them out first, or you can just pick out one and then test it out. And then some of them may even require constant practice and repetition, like what I showed earlier, the progressive muscle relaxation, the auto one where you can just repeat the same sentence over and over again. I am calm. My muscles are heavy. I am calm. And that requires a lot of practice. You have to be very consistent, and some people may not enjoy that. They just want to relax. Why would I want to practice something to relax, to feel relaxed? Right. I understand the qualms, but relaxation itself is kind of like a skill. And because it's a skill, you have to practice it over and over until you can level up, basically max your skill. And thus sometimes you just have to be very patient with yourself, because if it doesn't work on you, the techniques, like I said, don't blame yourself. Don't try too hard to make it something that molds you. You don't have to mold yourself into something that other people are, it works for other people, so why won't it work for me? I'm just gonna try as hard as possible until it works for me. You don't have to do that. You just have to be patient with yourself. You can just continue exploring what kind of therapies, relaxation techniques that fit you the most. And if it comes down to it, you can also consult with your doctor or counselor to help. If you can't find from Google, after Googling so many techniques, it just doesn't work, you can consult your doctor, you can consult your counselor in order to find a better method, because there are some that you can't find on Google because they're paid. They're backed by paid content. I know. Okay. And then some people, they may have certain issues that may trigger some discomfort towards them emotionally, maybe even physically, that are discomforting when trying out a certain techniques. Perhaps for example, perhaps progressive relaxation uh, may induce pain when they just extend their arms, even for a short while, it will hurt them. And maybe there are other situations where they have trauma and they won't be able to practice certain techniques. I understand. It's not your fault. You just have to, you will be able to find your own techniques or relaxation techniques. Even gaming, even playing, even watching television, those are your own relaxation techniques. What I've shown here is just basically something that helps not only just your mind but also your body. That is most what I've shown. There are other techniques, obviously, the daily life, like you entertain yourself. That's basically jolts up your mind. It just doesn't jolt up your body, and that's most likely the most likely reason I have not introduced it in this recording. And that is basically it about the relaxation techniques and the health benefits to you. I thank all of you for joining me and Mai in this recording. I understand that it's a bit disappointing that you guys can't give us questions and us answering it live here in the video itself. But do understand that Maya and I are in the comment section right now. So if you want to ask a question or comment on anything, we are there to answer your inquiries. And that's basically all of it. Thank you so much for joining our recording, this session, this sharing session. I know it's a bit different from others where they do it live, but certain situations made us have to do a recording session instead. So do drop a comment or questions in the comment section. Maya and I will be very happy to answer any inquiries you may have. And I'm very glad to have met all of you, even though I cannot actually see your face, but I will see your name and your profile picture in the comment section later. And again, I am Nor Hadia, a new counselor intern here in UNITEN. And I hope we will be able to meet either as an online counseling session or even face to face one day. And my colleagues and I, my Sarah and Jason, will be very happy uh, to be very happy to meet you again one day for the next sharing session. So once again, I thank you very much for staying until the end. Thank you.